about why. Oh gosh, it's an interesting topic today. But we're going to talk
It
about
is.
gyms and cinemas. By the way, although the government has allowed people to go to cinemas, I don't think anyone has actually gone to the cinema yet because the cinemas are not open. So we allow you to open is one thing, but whether or not the cinema is actually ready for opening is a whole different thing, right? Yeah.
Moving on to our
Yes.
next segment is hot news. It's something that Noel and I would just like to share something that is currently hot and interesting happening in our life, and we want you to know. So I'm going to take this first, Noel, and then I'll pass to
Yes.
you, okay?
Go
So
ahead,
our
Alvin.
hot news segment, one thing that I'm going to share is this month, as we know, it's Mental Health Month, and Ministry of Health in Malaysia also talking about suicide month, and it's a big topic. So I decided to write a little ebook, and that ebook is a little bit about my journey, and it's a small segment of my actual book. And the ebook, I am going to finish it by end of the month. I'm going to sell it for a very affordable price, and all of the proceed is going to go to Yayasan Health on World, which is to spread the awareness of mental health. So more details is going to come up towards that. And I thought of sharing this right now, Noel. So it kind of put me on the spotlight to finish it because it's not
Yes.
easy to write a book.
Accountability.
Yes. I was thinking like, I already
Wow.
had this idea last month, but now I say it, I'm halfway through and I have to finish it by month end and put it off. So stay tuned on that. More info will be posted on Instagram and on Facebook. So that is my hot news for this week. And
Awesome.
I'm handing it over to you, Noel. I love something
Yeah.
that you have for us too.
Wow. Alvin, congratulations on deciding to write that ebook. I think we all have all kinds of ideas, but having an idea and actually putting it down, taking action on something is a whole different thing. I can't wait to know more about this ebook. Please let us know how we can buy it and support you and your charity that you're supporting. And some messages coming on Instagram as well. Everyone saying they can't wait and they want to support you. Great. So my hot news that I want to share really is I've been invited this Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. right here on Instagram. I think they stream on Instagram only. I've been invited by this group called My PCOS I Love You. And you may have seen me kind of repost some of their content. And My PCOS I Love You is really a one-stop support online community Facebook page founded by a few people who are suffering from PCOS. And PCOS is polycystic ovary syndrome. Some people call it PCOS. Some people say PCOS. It's a hormonal disorder that's actually very, very common among women. Many people suffer from it. And there is some shame associated with it, which is really just not necessary at all. So there's this group which is helping women who suffering from PCOS, and they've invited me to talk this Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. It's going to be here live on Instagram. So if you're following me on Instagram, you're going to see that session. We're going to talk about community support and working out. So we're not giving you a diet plan. We're talking about the importance of community and helping people support you in your fitness journey, because people who suffer from PCOS sometimes go through a lonely journey. Your parents don't understand, your partner, your spouse doesn't understand. You're trying to lose weight, the weight's not coming off. You're trying some kind of a diet. You go to the doctor doesn't understand you. They put you on pills, and it's a whole different thing. But I'm grateful that there's a lot of awareness coming on right now. So this group has existed for a while now. Some of the women from this group train at my gym. They've seen fantastic results, and they not because we have a super secret workout that works, but because the community helps. So this Wednesday, just tune in. I will post occasionally and just remind you. But that's what I'm excited about this week. I've been invited to speak, and that's it. That's my announcement. But I'm really more excited about your ebook, Alvin.
Oh,
You gotta,
well, it is
yeah.
our hot news. It is our hot news, and I'm feeling hot. And I love that, I'm talking about mental health, we are talking about PCOS. And I think that the more we have conversation about topics like this,
Yeah.
the more we are aware of it. Like some of us are like, I heard about PCOS, but I never actually know what is it about or how I can play a role in it. So we hope that our hot news today will create awareness. And at the same time, coming to you is our topic of the week. Would you visit the gym or cinema? What happens behind the scene for Noel and Alvin? And a whole big picture of the KBS thing still thinking after 1.5 years. We need to review the ventilation. For 1.5 years, they're still figuring that out. That's what we are here to talk about, so we can have more
Yeah.
awareness and just like, wow, I thought gym is just gym.
Yeah.
So
And we're not doing this show to point fingers at anyone. We're just really here to have a conversation. I've done enough of pointing fingers all this while. I'm sick of pointing fingers. I got no more fingers left to point to anyone. Okay, so today really is just a conversation because you know why? Gyms are still not open yet. So we need to talk about it. And because you may be watching the show right now and thinking like, yeah, the gyms are not safe. Well, actually it's safer than a lot of other things that you are currently going for. So these are just some things we want to just bring some awareness, and we want to do this show and talk about this topic because there's a lot of gyms out there who are struggling right now, and we want to support them. We want to support other gyms. So can I invite you, if you're watching this right now, and if you are currently going to a gym, maybe they're doing online classes, maybe they're doing no online classes, they've been shut for a year. I think it's been about 18 months since. It's just been so much uncertainty for a lot of gyms. It's been about 4 months already that gym hasn't been open, and so much uncertainty. So comment below, tag your trainer, tag your boutique gym, tag your health club, tag them below, because Alvin and I want to support your gym by following them on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. So tag them below so we can follow them, right? Because there's literally hundreds and hundreds of studios and small gyms in shop lots, in offices, in shopping malls that we don't know about. We only know a handful, like 10 or 15. But there's tons of gyms out there that we don't know about, and we want to support them by following them. Okay, so comment and tag them below, please. We're going to follow them right after this show and support them and repost and reshare and help them in any way that we can. So that's our call to action for
right,
you as we talk about gyms and cinemas, and why should one open, and which is safer, what is not safer. We don't know. We're going to talk about it. All right. But if you are currently going to a gym, comment below. We want to follow them. Okay, over to you, Alvin. What do you think? So how? So when we came up with a topic for this show, I told Alvin already, like last week, as in like, hey, what if the gyms are actually allowed to open by then? We fixed the topic for the show, and suddenly the gym allows to open, cinemas allowed to open, then this talk wouldn't be so valid, right? But we thought that, never mind, we're still going to do this. Well, guess what? No gyms are open right now. Still not surprised. And the cinemas have chosen not to open because they need time to get ready. And some people are actually angry at
yes,
the cinemas, which is just sad. People are scolding. If you see on Twitter, people are scolding GSC, people are scolding TGV and saying, why you all make so much noise? And then now when you're allowed to open, you don't want to open. And the cinemas are like, look, we want to do it properly. We want to reopen safely. There's a lot of uncertainty. I think that's the main keyword, uncertainty. Just because the government allows you to open, you open, and then suddenly tomorrow they change the rules, right? So, well, here we are. Gyms not open. Cinemas also still not open. But let's talk about that because there's a lot of, sometimes people feel that it's, which is safer. Okay, let me ask you, Alvin, what is safer in your mind? I know your answer might be
I
biased, lah. But what do you think in terms of safety? Gyms, cinemas?
if I were to choose one, I would say gym, because gym have more options to make adjustments to their setting. I don't see cinemas able to do windows or bringing air purifier in. So I believe gym have more flexibility to make adjustments around their setting to create more certainty or more safety measures for its members as compared to cinema. And you speak of cinema. If I'm not mistaken, few hours ago I just saw TGV, or I would think it's GSC, just announced that they are going to reopen on 16th of September, which is this Thursday. And
Oh,
I believe most branch in Klang Valley. Hang on there, Noel. I see you going to the
I
next
could,
step already.
no, because I've been checking their website every day, and it still says hang on, hang on. So okay, so okay. After the show, I'm gonna go check the website again.
On 16th, which is this Thursday. And I just checked, they haven't updated the website yet in
Yeah,
terms of the show time. So you got to chill. But yeah, they're opening in this Thursday, which is in few days' time. So I think they took about a week to fine tune the system. And this is not every branch. They did mention that they're going to open more branch as time goes by.
yeah,
I think that's a very clever move by them, just to monitor stage by
yeah,
stage, because GSC TGV got so many branch around Malaysia.
yeah. And that's true.
Yeah.
But think about the whole. I think what people are, because there are people out there who are still afraid. Cinemas can open, but I'm not going. There is that crowd, and there's also the crowd of where like, please open the cinemas. I can't wait to go. That's me lah, right? And it's not that we are careless. It's not that we don't care. It's not that because we want to go and spread COVID, but it's really about understanding, as in like what's safe and not. Alvin spot on to say that actually, if you ask me, it's much safer in the gym, because in the gym you can rearrange equipment, you can install filters, you can open the windows, you you can schedule a client with 15-minute gaps in between. There's so much that you can do. But in the cinema, you're stuck there. You can't realign the seats and go, what, I want to open the windows. What window you want to open? It's dark in there, right? So I think that's why when the government first said that cinemas can open, people were happy. Actually, everyone is happy lah. Cinemas can open. Everyone I know is happy. It's just the gym owners are a little upset because, like, hey, wait a minute. If you can allow that, what about us, right? So I think the real issue and the disappointment here is just that the fitness industry is kind of sore and angry right now. If you read the articles that are coming out, if you see the Instagram live that some of my fitness gym owner friends are posting every now and then, it's just angry because we feel like we've been neglected. And well, the cinemas have been neglected also. Like, they were never allowed to open, like, ever since the beginning of the pandemic, right? Never ever, right? And one cinema, what was the cinema that closed down? Was it MBO? MBO
Yeah, I
that
believe
closed down,
so.
and I think
Yeah.
GSC bought them over or something. That's sad. But the gyms have been open, can open for a while, cannot open for a few months, close back. So it's just like a blow for us because we are fighting so hard to reopen, because everything out there is pretty much open again. You can even start going for tourism. You can go to Langkawi for a holiday, but you can't go into a gym where we have sterilizers, we have full on sanitation. There's so much that goes on, and that's what really I think prompted Alvin and I to, let's just do this show and just talk about it.
Yeah.
And Penny is saying on Instagram, I feel safer going to my gym than the wet market. Absolutely. And I think there's just been minimum, maybe one or two documented cases where transmissions actually happen at the gym since the beginning of the pandemic. And let me tell you a story. I don't think I've actually said this to anyone. Actually, sometime last year when the gyms were first allowed to reopen, and we started running classes, and of course we have our SOPs. We went above and beyond, and we install air sterilizers, and we cut the classes. So last time classes used to be back to back, and then we now have like literally a 1 hour gap between classes. We had cleaners who will come in and the fogging that they normally do once a week, we did it after every class because we bought those foggers, and we taught our cleaners how to use the foggers. We bought them a face mask, like not a face mask, a respirator. So our cleaner will go in with that thing, like like that alien movie. They had that thing. They wear that. They fog. We went over and beyond because people needed the confidence to be able to come back to the gym, and we weren't sure what we were dealing with. I mean, COVID, yeah, but we don't know how contagious it was. So that's what we did. And I'll tell you this, that we actually had someone. My heart sank when she sent me this message, because she sent me a message to say, "Hey Noel, I'm sorry I have to break this news to you, but I've been diagnosed with COVID. I came to the gym for the past 3 days. These were the classes I attended." And I was like, oh my goodness. So, okay. So we had to shut the gym. We had to inform all the members. I personally texted, called, every single person who was in the same class with this member. Of course, respecting the privacy of this member, and never told them who it was, because some of them were like, "Who was it? Who was it? Who had COVID and came into the class?" And I'm like, "No, just we're gonna maintain the privacy." But you were in a class with someone, and we got. I wish we had those rapid test kits that we have now, but we told everybody to go and get a test, stay at home, don't come back. 14 days later, do another test. We went through all of that, all because one person walked into a class and diagnosed with COVID. And here's the good news: never spread it to a single person. No one got it. The instructor didn't get it. None of the staff got it. Even the one of our team members who was like almost close contact, because she came in, they had a conversation. All the coaches didn't get it. The members who were near her, no one got it. So what I'm trying to say is that we took all the precautions, control environment. A member came in, did not spread COVID. Okay. And to think about it, I'll tell you the story also. I'm not going to name this gym, but there was this gym. It's very notorious. Last year, they spread it to so many of the members, okay, like 30, 40 of their members. But can I tell you that the spreading did not occur in the gym? The spreading occurred when they hung out after the gym and they had a party and they celebrated someone's birthday. And that's where it happened. But the gym got the bad name because, like, oh, all the members from this class is in, like, yeah, it's true. But it didn't happen at the gym. And that is it, right? So the gym is like Alvin said this now, it's like we have full control who walks in, who's coming, and we don't open to strangers. Like Alvin, do you have random strangers walking into your gym? You don't. You
No,
don't. In the
not at all.
cinemas, you do. You have some, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can buy a ticket and just walk in. But in the gym, you only open it to people that you know. And we have private studio, and it's super safe. But yet the gyms can't open. Everything else can open. You can go. A random stranger can book a futsal court right now with 5, 6 of his friends, play futsal. Nobody knows who went in there. Of course, you're going to scan in your MySejahtera, but they're going to go back home, and that's fine. But a gym, even one-on-one personal training, there's two people standing 8 feet, 10 feet apart, not allowed. So that really is it. And I think some people are suffering more than the others, right? Like Alvin Jim just does personal training. We do group classes. It's a bit harder for us, but I wish, if I was the minister of sports, if I had some power in my hand, I would say that let all the personal training studios open first. That's so much safer than even a restaurant. Let them open, because Alvin and one person training, doing personal training in the studio. What's the harm? Open the windows. You got windows behind you, right, Alvin? Are those windows behind you?
Yes, they are.
Exactly. It's going to open the
Yeah.
windows, not going to on the aircon. It's going to take the fan, face it outside. It's super safe. Let them open first. Let the other gyms, which are fully air conditioned and sitting in the shopping mall, they can't open the windows because the mall has regulations. Let those people open later. That kind of a thing. Let's have a phase reopening. Let's help the people who are going to die and close down, and people in shop lots upstairs, all these little community gyms. Let them open because they are dying, can't survive for long, and not only that, but they can be super safe. And to
Right.
lump together all the gyms and to close everyone, that's really just the hard part. And that's just me. That's the story I wanted to share about how we had a COVID case come in, and everything's okay in the end, right? And she's still
Right.
training with
I
us right now, doing our live stream classes. But that's just how it is. Yeah.
I
Over
think
to
you're
you, Alvin.
absolutely on point, Noel. I believe that if you or if we are able to maintain the current SOP, like wear masks, and then like even if we go out to eat, we remove masks, eat, and then straight away put it back on, have conversations, we can reduce the chances of actually getting it or being
Yeah.
spread to us. And that's the best we can do moving forward. And you are 100% spot on the gym. And I'm going to share this because Noel and I, we are in community of like WhatsApps or groups of all the private gyms and studios in Malaysia. And there's a lot of them, more than 100. And every week we'll see some of them say, I don't think so, I can sustain for a month. Sometimes say,
Yeah.
do you all want to buy my equipment? Can see they are trying to roll their money and try to maintain and sustain over the past few months. And this has been going on since last year. And that is one suggestions that I believe we have presented to the ministry. Like in Malaysia, technically, if you run a studio or a gym, you fall under the category of facility sukan and gym. So even if I'm doing one-to-one, I'm considered a gym. Even if you are running like a class, a boutique class or what, you technically fall under the same category too. And I think the people in KBS or the ministry only see gym as gym, whereas there's so many different category of gyms. There's like yoga studio, boutique studio,
Because they don't
personal
go to the
training
gym.
studio.
That's why they don't know what's out there. Okay, never mind.
That could be a reason. That could be a reason. And you're right. If they would just to look at it, understand like, oh, these are all the people in our care that we should look out for. Why don't gyms can even do one-on-one? I believe
Yeah.
every gym operator are somewhat a fitness professional or have fitness professional in their facility can somewhat just tweak their service to offer one-to-one. And I believe there are demand. There are people who say, yeah, I want personal training. I even feel safer right now if you offer one-to-one. Even if you could be a commercial gyms, anytime fitness first, celebrity, you can fine tune the number because they have the space. They have personal trainers. If they can offer that, and if we are allowed to, I think it's so much safer.
Yeah.
Sadly, all this is being in review for months.
Yeah. And I think that's also a lot of to everyone watching this, if you want to know where are we coming from, we hear a lot of chatter and noise from the industry because like Alvin said, we are in many groups of gym owners, so we can share stuff that you're not going to hear in the news, and that's what are the things that other gym owners are saying. And Alvin said this now, that gym owners are selling off their equipment, who wants to buy my gym, and all these things. And every time I see someone sell their equipment, well, for one, it sounds awesome because it's like, oh wow, I can buy all that stuff at a discounted rate. But every time someone sells their equipment, it's someone's dream dying. That really is it. You see that there are two different kinds of gyms. Okay, there's one where it's the commercial health club, which is a full-on business organization, full-on profit-based. Chances are not even from Malaysia. They have multiple locations over Asia, and they just send their managers to be in the gym. The manager probably doesn't even know anything about fitness sometimes. They just there to do their job. There's that kind of a gym, massive health clubs. And there's other gyms like Alvin. There's so many, like Alvin did this. He doesn't have millions and millions of ringgit in his pocket. He did this because he's passionate about his fitness and he wanted to do that whole thing. And I'm passionate about what I'm doing. So we started the gym. So there's all these little gym owners all over, ex-trainers, ex-athletes who start their own thing because they're passionate. And now they can't make ends meet. And we get lumped together with all these high-end 5-star gyms with huge pockets, millions and millions of dollars and ringgits and investors and foreign investors, and it's that like I wouldn't say it's not hurting them, it hurts the whole industry. But there's two kinds. There's the gym owners. We have a lot of control in our gym. I know every single gym member by name. Alvin knows every single one of his clients who walks in by name. I don't know about the health club, which has 3,500 members. Who knows whose name even? It's different, right? So you got to understand, two different businesses. But here's the sad part. Who is the Kementerian Belit and Sukan listening to? It's not us. They are listening to the massive, big health clubs. How do I know? Because it's out there. Who are the people helping KBS and the Ministry of Health come out with the new SOPs? It's not us. It's the big boys. Okay. And naturally, when they say gym, what comes to your mind? It's all these big clubs. You don't think about the shop lots. You don't think about the little gym kampong. You don't think about that little gym rakyat, community gym where you pay $5, you go in, you do your workout, you come. You don't think about these things. But these people are actually ready to open. No aircon, full on windows, open air, ready to open, right? So I think the one thing that I just wish, I don't know, like KBS will see this or not. I've been yelling at their face for the past 18 months, nothing's happened. But it's, if I was sports minister, I would immediately recognize that, look, there's these two kinds of gyms lah. There's two kinds, just like restaurants, right? You see, when COVID first hit us, yes, restaurants, we can't allow dine in, but we can allow delivery, right? So the restaurant can operate, but you do delivery only. Correct. So same for fitness industry also. Fitness can still go on, but maybe don't let the big boys open because they can't figure out the ventilation. Let the smaller fellas open because they are in full control of what's happening. So I think that's the current chatter right now. I think some of the latest news articles that you would see, people are saying that the gyms are ready to reopen. Yeah, it's us. We've always been ready. Alvin and I always been ready. All the boutique studios, I'll name them. What top of my head lah. Okay, that's just okay. Let's not name. If I name one, I will forget the other. Then okay, it's just. But I'm just saying a
They're
lot
going
of
to
them are
help us
really.
to tag.
Yeah,
Everyone's
tag.
going to help to
Please
tag.
tag your gym below, small studio, personal trainer, CrossFit box. Tag them because we want to support them. We understand the fight, and I think it's unfair. It really is unfair because we've been lumped together with all the big gyms. The big gyms cannot control the ventilation because they are in a shopping mall. I'm sitting in Mid Valley. I can't tell Mid Valley I don't want to use the aircon. I want to open the windows. There's all rules that these malls have. But we are in a shop lot. I'm in a shop lot. Alvin's in a shop lot. We do whatever we want. We can install something the next day. So it's actually very, very safe. And so that is it. I think if there's one message I want to bring out there and hope it gets to someone in government, which changed multiple times during the pandemic, is that, listen, the gym is divided into two types. Let this first type go ahead first, because here's the thing. I came across the statistics that 80% of the gyms out there are the smaller gyms. They're small gyms. If let's say there's 1,000 gyms out there, 800 are the smaller ones. It's just 200 that are the big boys. So let the 80% function and operate first and save the industry instead of making everyone just have to wait. So keep the questions coming as well. I see some questions coming in. That's great. Again, today we're just having a conversation. This is not political. This is not to find fault. It's not to point fingers, but just really to hear from a little behind the scenes. Alvin and I run very different businesses. Alvin does one-on-one, private, personal coaching. We do that too, but ours is more community group, 10 people in a class having a party kind of an environment. So it sounds like if anyone should, it's like Alvin's one is super safe, but he's still also not allowed to open. Then
But
there's
then the
the
thing,
whole
Noel, is
other
something
issue.
that,
Yes.
yeah, but that's the thing, something that you can also offer. You see, like a semi-private.
Yeah,
So these are all options. Yeah. And I
of
believe
course.
every studio, every gym can do that. And it's like, if you look at the other industry that's somewhat similar to us, like physiotherapy or chiropractor, they are allowed to open because they are under KKM, but we are under KBS.
Correct.
But what's the difference? They have, I believe, they might have more personal touch. You know, you need a physio to trigger point you, whereas we, as an instructor, we can just stand at a distance and provide you movements coaching and see your technique and form, tell you what to do, and you get the workout done and you go out and next clients. So I believe there's a lot more consideration and reviews that should be done.
Yeah.
And I believe our industry, what Noel and I are trying to say is that our industry can move forward much more as compared to the pace that we are going and the lack of support that we are getting. So the purpose of this is to create awareness. That's
Correct.
our purpose. And I like
Let me
that.
create
What?
more awareness, Alvin. People don't.
Yes. Go
I'm
ahead.
just dying to say this. So, like, it's true. Physiotherapists are allowed to open because it's essential, right? Gyms are also essential. And dude, a lot of people don't realize that there are a lot of yoga studios and Pilates studios out there operating, doing one-on-one classes, and good on them, because if you ask me, they should be allowed to open, but so should we. So why are some Pilates studios allowed to open and conduct fitness classes, and we are not? It's because of our license. When we open our business, we open a fitness center facility gym license. When the yoga studios, for some reason, they seem to have applied for a rehab, or maybe they something else. So this is different license. But what happens in that studio space? Nothing different from personal training. So why is one allowed and the other not? So, right, again, I'm not doing this to find fault, but I'm doing this to let you all know that actually it's safe. There are fitness classes being held right now, 101 in Bangsar, in multiple places, yoga, Pilates, some of them involving touch, very close, allowed. Why? It's still fitness, huh? How is it different when Alvin has a client in his studio but not allowed? Here can. What's the difference? Because they don't fall under Kementerian Sukan, they fall under Ministry of Health. What's the difference? COVID doesn't differentiate, right? It's still the same. So I say this because I want you to know that it's happening and it's safe. But the rest of the thousands of the other gyms and PT studios are not allowed because to the government, to the ministry, we are like, I don't know. I don't know what is it they think we're doing in the gym. I literally don't know. Are they watching aerobics videos from the 70s on YouTube and thinking that that's what they are doing? They're sitting and Zumbaing in there. And even then, Zumba is safe, right? I just have a feeling that they just don't know what's happening. They just need more information and lack of, it's just a huge lack of taking action. And you worded it very nicely, Alvin, when you said that it could just move forward a lot more faster than just what it's happening right now. Yeah. So that's it. Again, the purpose of today's show is not to find fault. It's just to discuss. It's just to explore and to let you all know that actually gyms are super safe. I'm looking at all the comments coming in. You all are fully supportive. You all are ready to go back to the gyms. Like, I wasn't dying for the restaurant next door to be open, but good for them. They need to open and it's safe and they open and I'm going there to eat, right? So the same thing about gyms as well. No one is fighting for it other than the gym owners. But what we don't realize is that fitness and training is actually essential. We've been labeled as non-essential. That's the thing. Taking care of your health, building your immunity, working on your strength, your sanity,
Mental health.
your mental health, all these things, how can you say is not essential? The bars are open. You can't go and party in a club. The bars are open, the restaurants are open, people are having birthday parties and this and all these things happening. And that's good because life should return back to normal because this COVID isn't going anywhere, if you ask me. But how do you choose who opens what and where? If you ask me, and I know you will say you're biased lah because you own a gym. Yeah, we own a gym and I'm biased, but I'm telling you that seriously, it's more important than we open than opening up for tourism. I I really think so. Better open gyms than opening up an island for tourism. Now, will I go for a holiday? I will because it's important as well. But what's more important? Taking care of your health. It's, yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And I love that everyone here is giving comments. So we're going to attend to your comments
Yes.
shortly. And just moving on and coming to the end of our this segment is we all can play a part in it, you know. And the first thing is to tag your gyms, fitness studio, boutique studio, personal trainers, fitness friend, even if it's outdoor or an instructor or trainer coming to you online, in person, tag them here so that everyone can create more awareness, can talk about it. And why not? Why don't tag KBS? If you're watching this on Facebook, tag KBS, and perhaps they can pick up some point because
Yeah.
our goal is to find solution to problems so that everyone wins, everyone move forward. Because if we spend 1 minute focusing on solutions, that's all of us winning instead of 1 minute focusing on the problem. So I always focus on
Absolutely.
solution. We be positive because when one industry thrive, it carry forward, and that's how we build a better, healthier, safer nation. I believe. So
Yeah.
that's what you have to do. That's your call to action. You got to tag them there. KBS is very easy. You just put
Tag.
the ad and
Yeah.
then you
Just
put KBS.
tag your
Tag them.
favorite
That's what
gym,
we're trying to
tag your
do.
trainer, tag your workout buddy. We want to follow them and support them. And Alvin was very right in saying that we 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 want to move beyond this. We want to thrive. We want to grow. And you may be wondering also, because like I think the fitness industry is among the worst hit. I really think so. And many gyms have closed. I think there's like an average of 4 to 5 gyms closing per week in Malaysia. Hundreds of gyms have already closed. The other day, someone showed me a photo. They call it the gym graveyard. Have you seen this, Elvin? You can go there and buy all the secondhand equipment, super cheap, barbells, cross trainers, ellipticals, the spin bikes, everything's there, wrapped up in plastic and stacked up to the ceiling in massive warehouses. And my friend said that this is the gym graveyard, and you go there and you buy fitness equipment for very cheap. And it's sad. So many gyms have been closing, but just a word of encouragement for everyone else out there, because you may be wondering, so where's the future in this, right? Because people are saying that, hey, gyms are never going to thrive again. Now everyone is watching YouTube and doing online workouts. Yes, all of that has a place, but we really believe that things will pick up, right? We may be heading on a downhill trend, and some people have crashed and burned already. But to those still surviving and adapting and doing online stuff and getting your message across, keep doing what you're doing, because when things start to pick up, I guarantee you that everybody will benefit. Doesn't matter. Personal training studio, health club, in the shopping mall, $1 million club, gym rakyat where it costs you $5 a workout or $100 a workout. Everybody in the fitness industry, personal trainers, online trainers, everyone is going to benefit, because when the tide comes in, when you're at a low tide in where all the boats are, when the tide comes in, all the ships will rise and float. It's not just the big ship floats. No, everybody starts to rise when the tide comes in. The tide's going to come in. We just need to hang in there and focus on solutions and not focus on all the bad things that are happening. It's so easy to focus on the bad things. I think I'm totally guilty of this also, because that's all you hear. That's all you hear. Nobody celebrates the gym that is surviving in this pandemic. Everybody talks about the gym that's closed down. That's what you see in the news. This fella closed down. That fella has to bring his equipment and put it on the roadside. So all the stuff that you hear, nobody tells you about the gyms that are succeeding. No one tells you about the clients that Alvin's helping online. No one's telling you about all these things that are working, right? So focus on what's happening. And there is a silver lining in all of this, right? You may think that, what? There's something good that came out of all of this. Yeah, there's always something good that comes out of anything if you look hard enough. For me personally, in my gym, and I'll pass it to Alvin after this, I'm sure he has some silver lining that has come out of all this, right? For me, there's so many, but if I had to choose, number one is, I think for us, the pandemic got us to finally launch our online program, which we've been sitting on for 4 to 5 years. Literally, I have a Zoom account that dates back 4 years ago. Who heard about Zoom 4 years ago? But I have a Zoom account from 4 years ago. Never fully utilized it. Now we have 10 licenses on a full-on Zoom account, and we are running like 35 online classes per week with people training from all over the world. I should have done that before the pandemic. What stopped me? It took a pandemic for us to, oh my gosh, this is what we got to do. That's silver lining number one. Because even when all of this is back to normal again, when the gym reopens, we are still running our online classes. That's one. The second thing is, and I'll end with this, is that I love how a lot of gym owners have become united. I know so many new gym owners, Zumba instructors who have been doing their little classes here and there. People have come together. There's been two, what do I call it? Persatuan, coalition, association that has been formed. Before
Movements.
this, what is that?
Movements, two movements,
Movements.
groups.
Two movements.
Yes.
So there's one called the fitness coalition of there's one or something, and there's the other one, which is PPGM, Persatuan Pemilik Gym Malaysia. I think I just messed it up, but I think it's PPGM. Two of these movements of gym owners have come together and have now have a united voice to speak to the government. never happened before. It took a pandemic for us to get together. Before this, everybody's just competing with each other. We're all still competing with each other, but wow, we're united now for one cause. I know what you're teaching. I know where you need help. I know trainers now in this state. I have new friends. I see, it's that is another really awesome thing that I've gotten out of this pandemic. We've also started this show, like Penny, before this pandemic.
Yes.
I think I knew you, Penny, but we I don't know you like how we do now, right? So it's always good when you look into it. So that's the silver lining that has come out of this. Whether or not cinemas open, close, gym open or close. But over to you, Alvin. What has been some of your silver linings out
Something
of this
on
whole
Monday
situation?
night, 9 p.m., Noel. Monday night,
The
9 p.m.
show, two guys in the
Yeah,
gym.
that
That's true.
I mean, you and me coming together, and it would be all of you watching this, supporting the show, supporting us behind, because most of you are our classes and clients and members and friends and family, and that's what keeps me, and I believe Noel and other fitness operators, gyms going. And
Yeah,
not only that, you are watching our show, you are sharing, you are commenting, you are talking about it. And I got people say, hey, Alvin, I share your last week's shows with my friend. We were having the same conversation, and you help us to grow. Indirectly, you're also supporting our classes, our clients. I have clients come to me and say, Alvin, I pay you a lump sum first. You roll on it. Lah. Later, we just,
yeah,
when you open or when we start training, we'll just calculate like that. I have some clients that, check in on me, the community. And I believe, Noel, maybe you can agree to some clients just trust you and say, Noel, what do you need? So the community, the trust within us
yeah,
and also surrounding us grows. So I
yeah,
think that is the silver lining. And I believe if you are watching this, there's always some things that you can do to support your trainers, your gym, your friend who is a fitness instructor, group instructor. And the simple thing is perhaps just reach out to them and say, hey, how can I buy your service? How can I support you? What do you
yes,
need? And that would go a long way just by
yeah,
asking. So do that, okay? If you tag whoever that you tag today or wanting to tag or you cross your mind, that is your gym, boutique studio, fitness friends, personal trainers, fitness instructor, just reach out to them and say, how can I be helpful? Yeah, and that will
yeah.
make a long way.
Yeah, buy something that they're selling. They're just doing it to survive. Now's not the time to ask for a discount. Why it's so expensive? I thought it's online. It should be $5. These trainers doing a class for $3. Don't do all of this. Support them, because here's the thing: you're supporting them so that they can still be around when all this is over. They need that extra help. And if you ask me, I think online classes are super affordable right now. Sangeeta's mentioning on Instagram that she's done a lot more personal training in lockdown than normal times. Absolutely. Save time, no need to drive, no need to pay parking. You're actually saving money and training from home. So now's not the time to put your fitness on the back seat. It's actually a good time to start something new. Lots of good deals going on, lots of gyms out there throwing out special offers. You're seeing the ads. Support them. Support them, because they need you. Because when all this is over, you want them to be open so that when you can go back to their studio. You don't want to
Right.
be 3 months down the road and your trainer has to text you to say, sorry, we had to close the gym. Can't refund you. I can't support them so that they can be open here for you. Please tag your trainer friends, your gyms, any gym that you are currently a part of, because after this show, Alvin and I want to follow them on social media and help them with and give more awareness. We're not just here to promote what we are doing. We're here to support the industry. So wherever you are, I saw Claire actually tag her gym. She's based in America. Wherever you are, post your studio, tag them. We'll follow them. We'll support them. Calvin Samuel is saying on Instagram, fitness should be essential. Absolutely, it should be. We know that.
Yes.
That's the thing. We know it. They don't. They don't look at those things. So in the meantime, we just do what we gotta do. Keep spreading the message. Keep showing your friends and family that fitness is essential. That's the most we can do. I can't show up in
Right.
parliament tomorrow and get 10 minutes of airtime to talk. Who am I? But what can we do? Spread our message across.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And I'm just going to end this segment by saying that
Mm.
if you are a gym owner, if you are a manager, if you are running a studio, and of course you're struggling right now, stay strong, stay strong. And if you need anything, reach out to Noel and I. We are here. And I believe that we are all very loving, caring people, community, and we'll support one another, just like the hashtag Kita Jaga Kita. So I'm going to end this segment and move on to our last segment, looking at the time, Noel. Wow, we
We're
thought we
talking
didn't
about
have much to
Marvel
talk.
movies. No, no, we're not.
We can,
Yeah,
if
kind
you
of.
ask the
Kind of.
question, because the next segment is Ask Us Anything. So Noel and I are going to look through the comments, ask us anything. It could be of our topic today, gyms or cinema, or it could be anything related to your fitness journey, because we are here to answer your question with Ask Us
Yeah.
Anything. I'm just going to mention one thing, Noel, as you look through
Mm.
Instagram. I love someone on Facebook commented that maybe KBS want trainer to be in full PPE.
We'll do it. Tell us. At least you tell us and we'll do it. Problem is they don't even know what to do.
I think I can pull off a burpees with PPE in PPE.
Without carrying it. I just never have you won a full PP suit before? You
No,
haven't, right? No, I
no.
haven't as well. I haven't. Can I also I double mask, but I've never worn a face shield.
Oh,
I
I
have,
wore before.
you have, right? I don't have one. I don't put
If it
myself
goes
in a situation, but yeah.
if it goes dark color, Noel, I think we'll be dark wader.
Oh my goodness. Hey, speaking of face shield, have you heard? Oh, someone was sharing it today. Josephine was sharing it on Instagram. There's this brand, I think it's Sharp. Sharp, which makes the TV and all of
Mhm.
the washing and all the Sharp. They actually make a face shield. And the face shield is so cool that you cannot see reflection. That means if I wear that face shield, and if you took a photo, if I'm wearing this right now, you can barely see it. You don't see the reflection. You're not going to see my ring light reflecting off the surface. It's
Yeah.
mind-boggling. There's this face shield by Sharp. I'm not selling it. I don't think I'll buy it because it's a few hundred ringgit. I think it's like 200 or 300 bucks, or maybe even more. It's got super technology. Apparently, the surface technology is based on the eye of the fly, the bug, the fly. How it has that little eye thing is based on something like that. It's crazy. But if you see the photos of people who wear that face shield, you don't even know they're wearing a face shield from a distance. That's how clear and non-reflective it is. Speaking of face shield, I'm not gonna buy it though. It's ridiculous. Because if you go to Mr. DIY, you can buy one for 10 bucks or less than that. So buy one for 300 bucks. I think maybe no. But
I'm
yeah,
not sure of the price, but I see that
do
they
you
are
see it?
selling in Harvey Norman, but they didn't
Correct.
state the price.
It's
It states
also
all
on
the benefits.
Lazada and all of that. It's out of this world, but it's very
All
impressive.
right.
Like if you look at, that means if let's say like if you had to go in and give a public talk somewhere, you have an audience of 1,000 people, and you want to look good, you want them to see your face through the face shield, because normally you're just going to see a reflection, right? And if you wanted to be safe and wear a face shield, that's the one you need to get. But it's ridiculously expensive for a face shield. Yeah. Sangeeta saying it's damn hot in a PP. Yeah, she will know. She's worn one before. I can imagine, right? Because it's fully covered. There's no breeze. The air is not gonna hit your skin. So it's only gonna be kind of uncomfortable. But it's true. If they say that gym trainers need to wear PP, at least tell us. At least there's something to do. But it wouldn't go that far because think about it. The physiotherapists don't wear a PPE. Physiotherapists are touching you. They touch. They're allowed to touch. They're allowed to open. And what do physios do? Many physios actually do workouts. They make you do exercises. How is that different from Elvin doing a one-on-one personal training session in the gym, which is banned, not allowed? So that's where the whole unfairness, not unfairness, it's just that they fail to understand what fitness gyms are doing, because they lump us together, because they allow the physios and the Pilates studios and the yoga studios to do their one-on-one classes because it's rehabilitation. What is it that we are doing? Fun and games, is it? Yeah, fitness is fun, but we're not sitting and having a party in there, right? But it makes sense also because if you look at our DBKL license, our license fee is very, very high. We are lumped together in the same category as recreation, as the pubs and the restaurants serving alcohol. Do you know that gyms fall under the same category as massage centers and recreation? And our license fee is very, very high. My license fee for the gym for the downstairs alone is about 5,700 ringgit for a year. Compare that with the triple story McDonald's in TTDI, which is less than 500 bucks. McDonald's can pay for anything. Give them a 1 million license, they'll pay. But how much is the DBK license for selling fast food? 3 floors, less than 500 bucks. I know because I've seen it. You have to display your DBK license. I've seen it. I see the price. I see the 7-Eleven next to our gym. It's like less than 100 bucks for a year. But the gym next door, helping people actually get fit and healthy, 5,000 bucks. Now think about your fitness first, your celebrity fitness, which occupies thousands and thousands of square feet. What is their license? Yeah, so we're being penalized. So it makes sense, right, Alvin? Why we're not allowed to open? Because we're doing some kind of recreation in there that they lump us together. They don't look at us as healthcare. We're not helping anyone in their eyes. So it makes complete sense why we've been ignored. Because like you're not essential. That's really it. And it shows by the fact that even our license is such. That's how they see it. So that's tough luck for us.
A sad reality,
Sad reality.
and I believe we are all here, to make a change.
Yeah.
Those of you on Instagram, I love the comment on Instagram. They are keep coming in, keep coming in. Anything you want to pick from Instagram, Noel? We're going to slide through.
Yeah, Sangeeta
I'm going
said
to take
even
a look at
the
Facebook.
pedicurists don't have to wear PPE. Correct. So they can do your nails and your toes and everything and don't need a PPE. So you see, what
Hmm.
is it that they think the gym trainers are doing at the gym? Sucking your toes? No.
Well, we are going to tag KBS in here, lah. I'm going to tag KBS on the caption later.
Sure, go
Yeah, I
ahead. Tag
believe that
them, but whether
more,
they even understand. But yeah, absolutely. We're here to create awareness,
more
Alvin.
correct.
And that's really the purpose
Yeah.
of today here.
And I think it's very good that we share, and I believe that conversations are carry on. I love the support we are getting from Facebook, LinkedIn, the comments, and of course on Instagram, the love. If you're watching on Facebook, the video or the live stays on Facebook version, and the comments are all in there. I invite you, those of you on Instagram, hop over to Facebook. You see our agenda. Please share and continue to tag your personal trainer, your gyms, your studios, fitness friends. And let's just build on the algorithm on Facebook and see where
Yeah.
this live will reach to. Because that's our ultimate purpose, Noel and I, sharing today some little behind the scenes secrets, some little on things that we believe are great suggestions to move forward, or at least some points for everyone watching this to consider. Even if it's not in the SOP, or it will be, all these are moving forward thoughts and moving forward solutions.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like
Awesome.
to add on, Noel, before I believe we have passed 1 hour and time really flies when we are so
Yeah.
passionate about this topic.
I told Alvin
Love
just
it.
now. I was just telling Alvin before I started the show. I think like if we have nothing to talk about, Alvin, I think we will wrap up today's show early. I say okay,
You
okay.
know what, Noel?
Just
We both will be saying that for the past 30 episodes. If no one asks questions, we will
it
just
doesn't
wrap it up.
it doesn't
It
happen.
doesn't happen.
Yeah,
Sometimes we have to trim the show just to make it
it's
make it
crazy.
for
But
the
I, I
recording.
I I would just say that for like whether you're a gym goer or a gym owner, just know that I think we all play a role in helping the industry get back on its feet again. The gyms can't survive if not for you all, and we need each other. Okay, so to the gym goers, support your gym, even if you're not buying something from them. Comment on their posts, tag your friends if you see a gym do something useful. If you see a trial that's being offered by some gym and you've tried their classes before, you want your friend, tag them. That's how you support. No need to spend any money. Tag, share, get the message across. That's how one way you can very easily support and get the gym back on its feet as we slowly move to a reopening. Also, another thing is to gym owners, be resourceful, right? Don't sit at home and just think that, oh, I'm waiting for a knight in shining armor to come. It's not going to happen. We have to get out there, serve our clients. You can't run your gym. How else can you help your clients? Can you help them with their diet? Can you call them once a week and give them some motivation? What can you do to support your clients when the gym is closed? Because fitness is more than just picking up the weights and lifting it over the head. There's so many other things that you can do. So how can you support your clients? Get resourceful online training. There's so many things that you can do. And also, I just think a lot of clients out there are so open to helping gym owners succeed because they need us, we need them, we all need each
Yes.
other. And as much as I feel that the fitness industry has been totally neglected, we are at the same time very, very blessed because I don't think any industry has this much support from their clients. Restaurants don't get their favorite customers prepaying them, or here's 1,000 ringgit. I'll come and eat the food in the next 3 months. No restaurant is getting that. People want to come and buy, eat, and go. But we get that kind of things. Why? Because we have this relationship with our clients. I have clients who come and support us, who offer financial help, who tell their friends about us. So I'm very blessed actually. I think, and I think the same for Elvin as well. We have clients who support us. I don't see any other industry where your customers come and support you in this way. And that's why we've been able to survive until now. 18 months down the road, we're still here, hoping for this to end soon so we can reopen and just get back on our feet and really just get back to what we enjoy doing. That's all I have to say for today. Anything else you
I
want to add,
love
Elvin?
it. Yes, thank you all so much for tuning in. For all of you who are watching this live, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, do know that on Facebook, this is the first time Noel and I are streaming the live to our Facebook page. Yes, it's no longer on our profile. We are putting it on our page, which is still Daily Muscles and Elvinato Fitness. So I invite you to hop over to our Facebook page where the main live or stream is going to be at, with all the comments, all the resources where Noel and I are going to go back and follow. And do you know that in both of our Facebook page, there's so much more videos and information about nutrition training is there. So I invite you to spend some time to follow and watch. Really, Noel has so many more training videos about community and everything. I leave that to you to find out, okay? So, with love in our heart, we thank you for joining us today on a Monday night, episode 32. And I'm going to end the stream on Facebook and LinkedIn.